Yo, what's going on? It's your main man, Rick the Dawn, and we are back with another season. I got some good news and I got some bad news. All right. The bad news is this is the end of a dynasty. We are going to allow Royal to go away. This is also why we did not remove his toxic level. Um, we could have, I guess, made him happy, had a little meeting with him, sign him, and then trade him again for that number one pick. Um, but we're going to keep things challenging. I feel like that would just be giving myself an out. Let's see. I think I'll do that with this guy though. What is he? No, he has a 5-star potential, so we'll keep him. We're gonna bring him back. We do need a stronger defense. I don't think we have the leverage to be getting rid of strong defensive players right now. But we are gonna lose three of our core players. Dunbar, Mike, and Royal. All three of these guys are about to go. And man, this is a bad deal. This is guaranteed to make the game more challenging. We can't even sign Danny Royal if we wanted to. It's just too late. His morale is so low that we pretty much just got to let him go. All right. So um, it just is what it is. And the same is true for the other two players, which means, yeah. All right. Good news and bad news. The bad news is we just got rid of three of our strongest offensive players. The good news is this opens up the door for new talent. All right. The very first thing I'm going to do, though, with 55 coach coins is I'm going to the freaking free agency. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? You know what? No, 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 no. Let's play this correctly. Let's go through the draft and see what they give us. Okay. Let's try to keep this clean because my first inclination is screw all this playing around. Let's go to free agency. I don't even want to test the draft because this is what you get in the draft. You get 2-star rated players. All right, that's just not going to do it for me. We need a wide receiver and wait, I'm getting rid of. What am I doing? Let's have a meet with this guy. Let's boost his morale. See, this is what we could have did for Danny Royal. But I wasn't thinking. All right, we're gonna trade him away, and that should give us 2 first-round picks. Definitely gonna need the 2 first-round picks. As you can see, we are not in deep water because we still got two of the most electrifying players in Robert Church and Willie Jackson. So having those two players anchor the offense is just pretty much still pretty good. It's not a terrible situation. Let me tell you, it could be worse. But I think by default we have to take these two wide receivers because he's a 5-star. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, we already got okay. That was a wasted that was wasted because we already have Willie Jackson. We don't need two wide receivers. If anything, we need a tight end. So I probably should have used it on this guy and this guy. Okay, they both are not the best. That kind of blows actually. All right. So the big question is, do we take this guy or do we take this guy? Um, this guy comes in as a 4 rated superstar. This guy comes in as a 3, but he has a higher upside. His speed is impeccable. If you rate it, I'm gonna take this guy here. This is the bigger risk, but he can catch. I think I'm good with that. Okay, he's gonna be better long term. He's only 21. If I keep him around, he'll probably be able to replace Willie Jackson, as Willie Jackson is entering his last year in his contract year. So I think that's a good pickup. As far as tight ends, man, I don't know what to say about this. A part of me just wants to take. It's a first-round draft pick, man. I'm not about to waste a first-round draft pick on a bum, bro. And the problem is, I don't know. Let me see. As far as defense is concerned, I can probably use another defensive back. I'm not sure I'm going to use a first-round pick on a defensive player. I just think that's kind of silly. Honestly, I don't think that's the right move. Um, I wish they had a 5-star tight end. That would have been perfect for what I need right now. I need a nice. Okay, okay. Well, somebody's saying this, right? Yo, why would you not pick up a quarterback in the event that you can't find anybody? I just don't like this. I just don't like this quarterback class. This quarterback class is trash, bro. I just think it's that simple. I don't even have to use my first-round pick. That guy's going to be there. There's no way I'm replacing Robert Church. You could make the argument this would be a smart decision to bring him on. Bring on Denzel Hewitt, right? And release. Oh no, what happened? Okay, that's what happened. Okay, this is going to be a controversial decision, and I'm prepared to make it. I'm going to have a meeting with Willie Jackson, and I'm going to trade him away. I can't believe I just said that. Literally can't believe I just said that. And we're going to reset with 2 new wide receivers. At least now I feel good about using my 2 first-round picks. It just didn't sit well with me to use one of my first-round picks on a tight end that's a 4-star or a quarterback that's a 4-star. It's like, no, I'm not doing that. It's just not happening. So, it's like, look, I'll trade away Willie Jackson and secure a second first round pick for next season. To me, that makes more sense. And now we just need to fill out the roster with 2 tight ends and a quarterback. And I don't think that's going to be as difficult as okay. Now the question is, do I bring this guy on, or do I risk it and just take one of the free agents? You know what I mean? I think the smart decision here is to. Oh man, it's a tough one. I don't even know what these guys are rated. I do want another tight end because this is tough. All right, this is the second round draft pick for real. Like, there's not really a lot here. I think by default you just have to take this guy, right? Isn't that the smart decision? Just in case you don't get a quarterback in free agency. All right, I'm gonna do this right here. I'm gonna take this guy. Okay, and let's see what he's rated. Okay, that's a bad pickup for sure, bad pickup. But we need him. There's not much I can say about that. We need him. I'm gonna take this guy next. Is that a bad pickup? Okay, he's a 4-star. That's a bad pickup. We want 5 stars and above, but it just is what it is. And now we're in the third round. All right, this is the worst of the best. Okay, or the worst of the worst even. I'll take this guy here, man. I have no quarterback for the record. This is terrifying. I don't have a quarterback. Some people might say this is a bad deal right here, and I'm not inclined to disagree. But we'll see what happens. All right. So the season starts. We have a terrible team. We have, let me see, 2 defensive linemen. All right. I don't know why I brought the extra defensive back in. I think that's a dumb decision in hindsight because, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to kick one of our weaker players to the curb. It will be this guy here. And by removing him, I don't want to cut him though. And I don't want to cut him. Let's boost his morale. And let's go ahead and trade him and take that second round draft pick for next season. Then we're going to go to free. And look at our draft picks for next season. Like, if we suck this year, it'll be fine because we'll be able to come back and really dominate. But anyway, I don't think we're going to suck. I don't think this is that bad. We're going to go to free agency. Man, we have to take this guy right here. Please don't be old. He's 28 years old, but he is GOAT tier. His name is Clive. Yikes. Never heard of that one before. And it's kind of bad because they don't give me any other options. Like, is Clive literally the only option? Clive? But if I were to sign him out of free agency, I would get him for 3 years. That's pretty clutch, actually. It's pretty clutch. And I got plenty of cap space, surprisingly. Yeah, I don't know, man. I might have to. I don't. Do I have a choice? It's funny how I'm sitting here as if I have a choice. I don't really have a choice. Like, I don't have a quarterback. I think that Clive is drafted. I don't think I have a freaking choice. The only thing is that bothers me is I want a younger quarterback. You can make the argument that Clive is just, what we need for the moment. So I'm going to bring him on. We'll see what Clive can do. I don't know who Clive is, man, but I hope he doesn't. Man, I hope he's not trash. Clive. Oh my gosh, that is who we're giving the keys to. All right, this team is completely different, but we don't look that bad. If you look at our offense and defensive ratings, you'll see that we still 5'd out. And let's go through everybody real quick. All right, so we're kind of suffering at the tight end position. We don't seem to have strong tight end play. And Mullen is literally, like, terrible at catching the ball. That's not good. Hopefully he can block, though. That'll help. He has no strength either. He can't block either. We got 2 new wide receivers, but I'm not mad at that because Denzel Hewitt just seems like he's very promising, This guy right here, I'm going to make him the kick returner unless I can find somebody faster. Defensively, did we get better? We did. Defensively, we're actually pretty strong. We're pretty strong defensively. We're very strong defensively. Now, let's just make sure I got the right kick returner. You want to make sure I got the fastest person on the job outside of my running back. I'm not sure I want to use my running back for kick returns, but it would be this guy, right? DeMarcus, Leonard DeMarcus. That's the guy we just brought back, right? But he's not leveled up all the way to 5. So let's make him the kick returner. Let's be smart about it. I don't think Robert Church is the right choice here. He's already a 5-star anyway. So those XP points will just go to waste. We made a lot of crazy decisions in the offseason, and it's time to make one more. Let's go and see if there's any staff hires that we can take advantage of. I'm looking for talent spotters. All right, there's one right there. but I don't necessarily know if I want one for defense. So let me just quickly glance at my defense. The potential's already there. Okay, that would help him. That would help these two players tremendously. And who is this? Okay, that's okay. So actually, a defensive talent spotter wouldn't be a bad pickup. Let me see if I have enough to actually pick him up. Something tells me I don't. After that big signing of Clive, the stud. All right, he wants 30 coach coins. That's not happening today. Okay. With that being said, let's go ahead and upgrade our training facility so that we can level these guys up pretty quickly. We're gonna keep training going hard. And yeah, I'm ready to try this team out and see what they can do. But I think that my mind is giving me this signal, and I can't ignore it. And I'm going to do what my brain is telling me to do. My brain is telling me to make some changes to the jersey. Woo, woo, woo. Wasn't expecting that one, right? I think I want to change the jerseys. You're gonna probably think this is a bad decision. But I think the alternate jersey can be switched, right? For the stripe, I was thinking like a gray. Oh, not that color. I said gray. Give me a gray, like this gray. Hey, let me try that. Let me try that. Is that the right one? Yeah, I'm gonna try this, man. I'm gonna just try it. This is clearly just me giving it, trying something different. I was trying to go for like I don't know, just something different, Even for the logo, I'll go gray. It's like yeah, I'm just gonna try something different. But I feel like this is not the look I'm looking for. But I won't know until I know. I gotta see it in action on the field. Yeah, that's not what I'm looking for. I just wanted to. I'll change one jersey. I feel like this jersey needs to be changed too, the home jersey. I'm not sure I like the blue pants on that, but I think I want to go black pants, blue stripe on these. All right, so that's 3F, 3FFF. For the sleeve, I want to go. No, not the stripe. That's what I meant to say. 3F3. 3F3FF, right? Is that right? I think it's right. Okay. No, it's not right. It's almost right. 3F3FFF. That's right. Okay. Now we're on the same page. And then for the pants, I want to go black. All right. That's the change I'm going to make there. I like my away jersey, one. I like my away jersey, my rush jersey. And I think I'm going to test out the alternative jersey just to see what it looks like. This is a new season. It's a new team, a new quarterback at the helm. Why not? Try it out. I want to see it up close, though. Let's see. Yeah, you know what? It doesn't look the best, but, it's just something I'm going to try. I'm going to try it out. All right, here we go. Let's see what this new team can do. I'm very nervous because we don't have Danny Royal. This is one of the first times, if not the first time in like 5 seasons I've played without Danny Royal. So we'll see what happens. We got a new guy, Clive. That's an interesting one. Kind of curious to see what this defense does. The defense looks extremely strong. All right, this is LaMarcus, our new kick returner. He's kind of slow. I noticed that immediately. But we know who the king of this team now is. It's none other than Robert Church. And I think if that's the case, yeah, let's have some fun with this. And this is another reason almost why I didn't want to pick up there you go. I didn't want to pick up a strong quarterback is because I really wanted Robert Church to shine. But with Clive, he's kind of comparable. He's just as good as Danny Royal almost, without the accolades and the achievements. All right, but we do have these new wide receivers, and I'm noticing immediately the difference between running with them and then running with. This is a risk. I'm just trying it. Running with them and running with Willie Jackson. Like Willie Jackson has spoiled me over the years, extremely fast, whereas Hewitt is definitely pretty slow. All right, let's try. Let's get my boy some touches. There he is. Very easy. Beautiful slip right there, actually. I like that. We're going to keep the tradition of going for 2 alive. Obviously, we got this new tight end who can't catch, so this might be a little tricky. All right, no defense as of this moment, so we'll see. We'll see. All right, let's go ahead and let's get this guy tested, man. Oh, good recovery, though. Good recovery. You know, that was one of the reasons I was considering. You might not believe it, but just for a few seconds, I considered trading Robert Church. If you think I'm kidding, just ask Willie Jackson. I traded him. Like I considered it for like maybe 2 seconds. I'm like, you know what? He has fumbled a couple more times than he has in the past. But I was like, if I can't afford 2 big losses like that on offense in one season. And as you can see, you know, that fumble has quickly been erased as he's kind of just charging over guys. All right, but I will say, for the record, I am pretty impressed with this quarterback. He seems to be pretty accurate, actually. Is he more accurate than Danny Roy? I don't know. It's yet to be seen, but yeah, he seems to be pretty good, though. You know, I feel when I throw the ball with him, it goes where I want it to go. I feel like with Danny Royo, I was starting to lose that a little bit. I'm not sure if it was me or I don't know, but throwing the ball with this quarterback seems pretty good. All right, this is an interesting situation. All right, there's the going. You know, I don't look at the ratings when it comes to this game. I think a lot of people do. I don't. I look at the ratings, but I more so look at how they play in game. Because I don't know, they're just different from the ratings sometimes. Like, rating-wise, Danny Royo is a better quarterback than Clive. But at the same time, what I'm feeling as I throw the ball with Clive, it feels pretty good. I'm not sure if that's just, you know, the new coat. You know, sometimes you get a new player and it feels better or it seems better, but it's not really better. You know? But we'll see. Okay, but at the same time, giving Church the rock several times just to see what he can do. He does have the key to the franchise at this point. Clive has some motors. Okay, that's good. Didn't know he was a runner like that, but he's pretty fast. And you know what we're trying to do? We're trying to ensure that we get that clock just under 30. That was a beautiful stiff arm. He was like right there at the edge. Yeah. He, you know, without Danny Royo kind of standing in the spotlight, this is going to be easy. I don't know how that happened. I just don't know, overzealous. All right, we're under 30, so at this point, we got to score like timeout. Good pass. Yeah, he's going to be good. All right, there's not going to be any concern with this new quarterback. He's pretty good. Good pass. He's very accurate. And it's like he has good touch when it comes to his passes. All right, so here's our chance to kind of pull off with the game. Unfortunately, the defense didn't really show up at all. And, you know, a lot of people say, oh, you got to, you know, your defensive players are toxic. That's not it. You know, sometimes they'll destroy the other team. Sometimes they won't. It's just what comes from playing on the extreme, honestly. All right. Good tackle. I thought we'd be able to kind of slip past that. All right, but because we have the lead, you know what I'm about to do, right? I'm not going to keep throwing this ball. I'm going to get the ball to my running back and try to demoralize the defense. And good tackle. Not mad at that tackle. They did set my running back really far in the backfield. Good slip. That was a really good slip. I didn't think he would make that. I haven't did my hezzy. That's like with the trademark hezzy. I don't know if does everybody do that? I don't watch any Retro Bowl content like whatsoever, except like what I create something. Does anybody do the hezzy? I don't know. Good tackle. I'm gonna try the hezzy. The hezzy is so fun, but it, you know, I don't do it as much as I used to. Oh, good tackle. They had already had me cornered, so really nothing I could do. The hezzy really works on plays like this. There you go. You saw it? That was crazy. That was perfect timing. That wasn't a good time to do the heads either. Here's the heads right here. You see that? Hey, he is so man. Church is crazy. He is really crazy out here. All right, let's break up the monotony though. Good pass. Hey, yo, this new quarterback is quickly getting on my good side. Quickly. Yeah, not much I can do there. I try to get that, in between a lot of traffic. And when you have a tight end with little to no catching ability, it's just a chance the risk you take. All right, here we go. So far, so good. All right, I think at this point, with this game being so close, let's make sure we don't make any critical mistakes like fumbles, which is very possible. Oh, did I get it off? Great defense. That was good pressure. Good pressure on their part. He got slapped, though. I'll tell you that. All right, we're in the fourth quarter, and I got to make some business decisions. Do I score quick and try to score? You know what? Let's just take one play at a time. I could take my time with Church and just kind of mosey on down. I think that'd be the wrong decision, though. I think we need to get down and score as quickly as possible. All right, not having Mike or Willie Jackson is certainly becoming a problem right here. It is literally fourth down. I'm not sure how that happened. All right, I'm not sure how that happened. It just happened out of nowhere. 2 drop passes, and just like that, we're facing a bad situation. All right, great job of the AI not to go for that tackle, because had he done so, I would have been out of there. I'm getting a little nervous with running the ball. I feel like I'm just kind of flirting with danger a little bit. It is still too early. Oh my gosh. Did you see that? McGowan. Okay, McGowan. McCowan. Is it McGowan? It's McGowan. Like I said, I don't go off ratings. I go off in-game play because Hewitt, my other wide receiver, is a higher rated wide receiver than McGowan. But McGowan just keeps showing out, though. All right. That was very needed. And really, all I need is that right there. I just need I just need my defense to show it once. And I feel more, laborious with running the ball, despite the small chance to fumble. But yeah, McGowan breaks the tackle there in the most amazing fashion ever. It's so difficult to get a tackle break with a wide receiver. So to see him break through like that was pretty interesting. All right, let's try to hesitate. All right, so I have to look into Church's speed. I want to see if I can make it faster. That was good. Wow. Beautiful. That hezzy strikes again. Let's see if we can catch it, though. I start off, there just the hezzy right there, and was able to kind of find my spot, and that was the difference maker right there. Beautiful hezzy, though. That was beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful execution and everything. All right, let's go ahead and get this game over with. I'm saying very quickly that this team hasn't missed a beat. We are probably even better than last year. Putting up 44 points in your first game, that's definitely a statement. Definitely. All right, we got Church balling out, man. He definitely did his thing. Clive, 256 yards, not bad. 142 yards for a running back is crazy, because you got to bear in mind that he's not throwing the ball. You know what I'm saying? So to accumulate that on the ground is like otherworldly. You know what I mean? All right. So with that being said, we are set to battle against Chicago, and my guys are a little tired. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lower these training regimens, and I just want to take a look and see if there's a new quarterback there. And here he is. This is the guy that I probably actually wanted. And this is why I was considering playing the first game with a bad quarterback, so I can see what the new quarterback would be. And here he is. Okay, not this one here, but here's the new one. This is the one I wanted. This would have absolutely been the quarterback I picked if I had known he would be here. We see he's 24. A big difference from the Clive. Clive is 28. So you know, youth is on this player's side. But you know what? I think I'm okay with it. After seeing Clive play one game and play the way he did, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I thought he did very well. And if we look at his stats, he threw 82% pass completion, 244 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 fumbles, 0 sacks, and 0 interceptions. I'll take that any day of the week. And if we look at his actual stats, he's a better player than the player that we just looked at. So I think I got the better player. It's cool. He has what 3 years to show what he can do. After 3 years, we can go back to the drawing table. But if we look one more time at my draft picks for next season, who knows? Maybe I'll pick up a nice rookie quarterback if one catches my eye, what have you. But that's pretty much it, man. We're gonna go ahead and move on to game two in the next episode. Throw a like on this video if you enjoyed this at all. All right, and I appreciate you. Peace.